everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon market update, and today we're going to be taking a look at some Charizards, some top Charizards that have been, like just some modern Charizards and vintage Charizards that are the most valuable in Pokemon history. Yes, we have like things like Shining Charizard on here, and yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy because a lot of these I haven't looked at the prices for a long time, so we're going to be seeing what you could be investing in, maybe what you should be looking at, what's dropping, what's going up. And it's not going to be PSA 10, it's going to be like raw and everything. So yeah, let's get right into it. Before we get into that, we're going to be doing a question of the day. And today's question is, who would win in a fight, Charizard or Godzilla? So drop your answers in the comments down below and let's get right into it. So first Charizard we have right here is from Obsidian Flames. Nothing too crazy about this, except PSA 10 has really shot up recently. It's kind of like a slow climb. So we got January 182. Right to 335 in July. And let me just see, Raw has been pretty, Raw has also been going up a good amount. Slow climb again. So yeah, pretty decent right there. Then we have, up next we have a classic right here, which is the Charizard EX from Scarlet and Violet, the alternate art. So PSA 10, yeah, all the way back in January 1942, shooting up to $1,692 at PSA 10. And we do have some spikes here, so this is probably a decent pickup, especially if you have a lot of money to invest in slabs, but very expensive. And then you have the Raw, which is of course kind of like a sudden climb over here in March, so going from like 254 to 439, and right now at 404, and we've been seeing little spikes up and down. So yeah, also pretty decent card to invest in, especially when this is probably going to go down a lot. Because we're seeing these little spikes. So next card is, we have a vintage card right here, Shining Charizard from Neo Destiny. Now let's see what this is. So PSA 10, 24,000, 19,000 in January. So pretty crazy already. Then we have like some like random climbs. So actually shooting up pretty good, 14,000 to 30,000 in just like a month right there. So that's crazy. And then right now sitting at like, yeah, around 60,000, $55,000. So yeah, PSA 10 is pretty crazy. PSA 9, same kind of thing right here, except not too much of a climb. Like a few, I mean, it's a few $1,000s, so it is a good climb. But yeah, then Raw, we can see Raw, a lot of huge drop right here, and then a little bit of spike there. Next up, we have Charizard EX from Obsidian Flames. So right now is standing at 764 and has seen a slow climb over the months from January, starting at 455. Or 451 at PSA 10, sorry. And then for Raw, we're going to be seeing another steady climb here. So a lot of trends here with the Charizards, a lot of steady climbs in this January to July, like I guess, time frame. And yeah, so starting up at $77 right there, going up to $105 right now. So again, pretty decent pickup because we're probably going to be seeing these Charizards going up even more, especially since this is Scarlet and Violet, and Scarlet and Violet is becoming more out of print because of Mega Evolution, and the more Mega Evolutions sets that come out, the less Scarlet and Violet stuff we're going to be seeing in circulation because it's just going to become older and older and older. So yeah, I mean, Scarlet and Violet Charizards are probably a good pickup. And then next up we have Charizard EX. This is a bit of a throwback from the promo from XY. So PSA 10, we see very, very stable, not much hype with this card, as it is kind of like a regular EX card. But yeah, 758, still crazy PSA 10, dropping to 592, and then PSA 9, some steady spikes here, right now standing at 290, starting in January at 248, and then we have Raw. Actually, Raw is pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of spikes here. I think this is a very good card to invest in, especially if you want to make like a quick, like little few dollars, because yeah, you see a lot of spikes here. This is really good. I mean, stuff like this, like I've talked about in my first video here on the channel, stuff like this is what you want to be looking out for. Like this long data trend of just spikes, because it's going to go down again. Like right now it's at its down point. It's probably, don't take my word for it, it's probably going to shoot up again to like around $25 or $30. So yeah. Next up is Charizard Holo from Expedition. So another vintage card, PSA 10, really stagnant at 21,000. So yeah, not a lot of attention on this card. And then again, we're seeing a lot of spikes with the Raw, and this is like hundreds of dollars. So this is a really good, like if you're really into investing, this would be a good pickup. yeah, going down, up. The thing is, like, with nowadays, with like the vintage, like finding a good quality vintage card is pretty rare because, like, you know, it's vintage, it's gonna be old. So yeah, getting good condition stuff is very, very hard with the raw. So even though like it may seem like it's a lot, that the raw is worth a lot, most of the raws out there for vintage aren't very good condition. So that kind of bumps it down a little bit more than what it actually says here. But yeah, anyway, moving on to Sword and Shield, actually. Shining Fates, Charizard VMAX. Again, slow climb. Right now, 303, starting in January at 244. And then Raw, we have a little spikes here and there. It's not a really good card, honestly. It's very stagnant. I remember when this used to be really hype, like back in the Sword and Shield era. This is the card that everybody wanted. It was Rainbow Charizard VMAX in this. So, next up, we have another Shining Charizard from Hidden Fates. Really expensive here. Shooting up, or not shooting up, I guess a slow climb at PSA 10. Right now, standing at $1,500. And then, right now, we see some little spikes here. I think this is a decent pickup. Right now, it is at its low, actually, 554. As we've seen, like, some little spikes from, like, going from, like, 450, 530. So, yeah, I mean, this is also pretty decent. But with eBay fees and all of that, it's, you know, it's still, like, you need bigger spikes to make up for the fees. And then, next up is Charizard VMAX Rainbows, the one I was talking about. Going from January 314 all the way to PSA 10 in right now, July 345. So very, very stagnant there. And then we have the raw market, which is decent. I mean, it's not bad. Slow climbs here and there. Right now, starting at 145. Next up, we have Mega Charizard X from Phantasmal Flames. So this is a bit of a new one. So not too much market data to go off. I mean, we do actually have a lot of market data. This is from last year. I forgot when Phantasmal Flames came out. It came out like last year. Raw climbing up to 795 in January, 578. So again, decent pickup. With a little spike there, but I wouldn't depend too much on the spikes for this card. And wait, I forgot the PSA 10. PSA 10 kind of on a decline right now. Yeah, it's kind of going down over the few months, going from like, I don't know, April to 2,700 to 2,100. So I don't know. PSA 10 is a little bit going down. Charizard V Secret. Actually, that's kind of weird because I feel like this card would be a very, very high demand card, especially in a slab. But I guess it's not really. But still pretty decent data on this one. Next, we have another throwback to Champion's Path, Sword and Shield. We have the Charizard V Shiny Secret, and PSA 10 right now sitting at 480 July. And then raw market, yeah, we're seeing a little bit of some spikes here and there. Right now, standing at $212. Next, we have Lost Origin. I forgot about this set, actually. I completely forgot this existed. But yeah, Lost Origin, it's 164 in January, going up to 373. And I could see more of a steady climb with this, especially because of the artwork. Yeah, the artwork is pretty good, so I can see, yeah, I can see this going up even more and not stopping. And then we have Paldean Fates, Charizard, the shiny Charizard from Paldean Fates. Pretty good here. Slow climb again. Probably same with the raw. Yeah, another slow climb right now, standing at raw $301. Then we have a bit of a cheaper side card. Lots of spikes though. Charizard VSTAR from Brilliant Stars. Right now, raw. Lots of spikes you're seeing here, but very, very, very small stuff. Nothing too much. So right now at $11, so kind of at a low. And then PSA 10, lots of good spikes. I mean, these are very good spikes. See, we're going from 137 to 87 to 147 to 105. Those are very decent spikes. So right now it's kind of at its low, not really. Next up, we have Charizard VMAX promo from, I forgot what box it was actually. It was like the Charizard. It was like a Charizard box, like a premium collection box, I'm pretty sure. From Sword and Shield. So yeah, Charizard VMAX, the artwork's very nice. Slow climb again, common trend that we're seeing with all these Sword and Shield cards. Then at raw, we have little spikes here and there. So I mean, the PSA 10 market for this guy is pretty good because you got, again, that slow climb from January to July, right now at $587. Then you have an OG, the Charizard VMAX from Darkness Ablaze, starting at 130 PSA 10, going up to 161 right now. So not too much of a big gap there between January and July. And then raw, yeah, it's kind of dropping. This card is kind of dead now. I mean, it used to be very popular. Now with all the other stuff out there, it's not very high demand. then we have an alternate art, actually, the Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. Set in spike in May, and then it's really stagnant at like 800 to 900. Right now, sitting at 921. And then raw. Wait 1 second. Raw. Yeah, steady spikes here and there. Nothing too crazy except for this area right here. So yeah, nothing too crazy with this card. It is at a low right now, like a really all-time low right now at 200. So I actually think this is a decent pickup at raw. So that could definitely shoot up to like, I can see that shooting up to like $250, $300 again, like over here. So yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good pickup. And last but not least, a newer card from Mega Evolution Ascended Heroes. We have the Mega Charizard Y Gold card. 3,600 right there. Spike to 570, and then it's 5,700, sorry. Going down all the way, slow, steady drop to 2,500. So yeah, that's kind of not really a good one to invest in for slabs. Right here, yeah, really wavy with the data. Going up to 700, down back to 500, but I could see a good pickup for this. I'm just afraid that it might go down even more. But again, as more sets come out, it's gonna go probably up, so. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. We're gonna be covering all the Charizards. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. So eBay store up right now. The LEAFEON auction is almost done, so definitely check that out. And yeah, I've also got Palafins on there and everything. So yeah, check out my eBay store, link in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.